we're just gonna work on spontaneity right now, just to get ourselves cracking and saying stuff. Oh, why my wire's like out of control. Everything is wrong today. Oh
no, it's okay. It's okay.
So, I think you've played this before, but Dakota, you haven't. Brilliant. So what's going to happen is I'll just start us all off. I'll just go right in front of you. I say a word, and then you say whatever word comes to your mind. It doesn't matter. It's all correct. So, word to me. When I'm finished, after you've said a word, I'll go to Nithya and I'll say a word to Nithya, and Nithya will say a word to me, and I'll just go all the way down. When I'm finished, I'll be at the end of the line, and then Dakota, you do the same thing I did, and we'll finish all the way at Layuma. Does that make sense?
I guess so.
So just one word.
You'll see it. Just one word, any word. There's no wrong word.
Okay.
But don't be mean and don't use bad words. Layuma.
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 How could you?
Okay.
It always comes up when it comes to me. I can't avoid it.
So let's try. Okay. Popcorn.
Butter.
Crayon.
Pink.
Watch.
Dog.
Crust.
Pizza.
Okay. And then Dakota, then you'll go. And then Nithya, move down a little bit so we can balance stage here.
Okay. Toaster.
Electrical.
Giraffe.
Zoo.
Albuquerque.
New Mexico. Oh, that's.
No, that's okay.
That's
okay.
correct.
Even if you connect it, it's totally fine. No wrong answers.
Crystals.
Comforter.
Meditation.
Buddha.
Inspiring.
Essay.
Evanescence.
Pencil.
Display.
Peacock.
Great.
Camera.
You can come on in.
Tree.
Perfect. You got it. Come closer.
Easy, why don't you come here since I've already gone? So come in front of you. I think you played this before, and you'll probably catch on.
I think so.
It's whatever word. You
Microphone.
just say whatever word back to Dusty when she tells you.
Mute.
Cereal.
Piano.
Aqua.
Blue.
Potato.
Chips.
Fence.
White.
Dirt. Flowers. Tomatoes.
Toothpaste.
Ice.
Cream.
Library.
Dust.
Workshop.
Dad.
Orange.
Cracker.
Aquarium.
Fish.
Mechanic.
Wrench.
School.
Swim.
Video games.
USB.
Noise.
Good job, everybody! Now, real quick, I don't want to. I don't want to waste too much time. But I think we need some reflection on this because I noticed that when I was talking, I actually paused a couple minutes and I actually had a couple more words that I thought of before I actually said the word that was on my mind. So that's totally normal. And what we want to do is just to embrace that because I was reasoning. I was supposed to be in the moment. I was supposed to be looking at you and just responding. And I was thinking, no, I can't say blue. No, I can't say down. No, for why? Who cares? Every word is right. So if you felt that, if you notice that about yourself, it's totally normal. Your teacher goes through it as well. So it's just something to be wary of or to look at as a challenge the next time you play this to embrace and accept the first word that's on your mind, unless it's awful and we don't and mean.
But can you do like the this goes to this, the A to B to C idea?
Yeah, you could definitely
let's
play
talk
that.
about-
Yeah, if you are definitely
Like
stuck, if you're like
with the thing you said,
blank.
video games, I actually was thinking, oh, a game controller, and then I thought of the USB that you plug it into. That's what you.
Yeah, you could do that.
Unintentional, but that's what popped in.
Yeah, exactly. And I think I played the same thing. So I guess for this game specifically, it's good to say the first thing that's on your mind. But if for whatever reason you're playing A to C in your mind, then I mean, I don't. That's very advanced. So so I don't want to stop that. But I also don't want you all to feel bad that if you're saying, "Oh, I wanted to say computer, but I said bread instead." Don't feel bad about that. Like it's just
That's great.
happens. You self censor all the time. So
Spark
this
twister.
next game we're gonna play, it's called Action Justify, and I think it's a really fun game to help you with the yes and to also to embrace whatever is going to happen. So let's circle up here. Let's make a big circle. And action is justify. This will lead us into playing freeze tag. And I just want to let you know, just so you understand the escalation of my games. So action justify, we're going to have one person come to the center of the circle, and they are going to do an action. What action? Whatever we want. It's improv. So you're doing this, right? You're just kicking it, doing this. And then I need somebody to come into the circle and justify what I'm doing. Now, how do they do that? They say, "Oh, hey, Mycana, it's funny meeting you out here in the ocean." And you both start doing this. And then I respond with, "Yes, well, it's a great day to have a swim in shark infested waters." And that's it. And we go back into the circle. So it's a 3-line scene. A, who does the movement, B comes in, justifies that movement by giving it a name, and then A responds back. Don't worry about being funny. Don't worry about anything like that. Just respond and say, yes, it's a great day, or thank you so much, or whatever. Questions, comments, concerns. Okay, let's go. I guess I'll start. Somebody justifies me. Okay.
Mycana, I see you're paying tribute to Tina Turner.
Oh, yes. Rolling down that river. Oh. Woo!
Nice. I see you've mastered the default VRChat dance.
Yeah, it's my. I like to practice all the default emotes.
Right?
The nuclear power plant's not gonna recover. You gotta work faster.
I know. I'm trying to stop the explosion.
Oh my gosh.
You can do it.
Velma, is that you? Can you find your glasses?
Maybe it
Sure,
might
I'll
take me
look.
a few
I'll have to
hours,
look.
a few seconds.
Oh, I think I found them.
Cute.
And that is indeed how you tie your shoes in a triple-decker banana swirl knot. Fantastic
Wow.
work.
Thank you.
Great job! Yay!
Beautiful.
So that helps with yes
Um,
anding each other. You're just really accepting the base reality that's been given to you. And so, what I want you to do is apply all that you've seen in this game into our next game of playing freeze tag. And I'm sure I think you two have played it. I'm not sure. No, you haven't. I know Dusty, Nithya, and Layuma have played freeze tag. So it has a lot of the elements of what we've seen in this game right here. So if you go to the back line, I will go ahead and describe freeze tag. And our games will be played a little bit shorter just because of timing. So freeze tag is a game that is meant to be played pretty fast. But if you haven't played this before, don't worry about getting the speed in. What we want to do is make sure you're listening to your partner when you're in the center, when you're performing, and then also when you're on the back line. Don't stop listening just because you're not performing, because you are a very important part of this game. And you'll see why. So we'll have two folks come and perform here, and they're going to perform any scene, whatever, it doesn't matter, any scene, but from the audience suggestions, say flowers and cereal, whatever, they start talking about flowers and cereal. You on the back line are listening, and when you hear a point, when you think the scene is, it's hit the momentum that it's supposed to hit, they got the funny, they got the laugh, or they're struggling, because that happens all the time, or somebody lands in a very interesting position. One of you yells freeze. You yell freeze, and then you choose one of the two people out on stage, and you say freeze. I don't know, Mycana. Freeze Mycana. So if I'm like this, you will then take my position of this and start a whole new scene. So don't continue the last scene that you just saw. Start a whole new scene. So in this scene, I'm talking about cereal and flowers, and I end here because you yelled freeze. And then you come in and you can be like, well, I guess we're going to get those lions today. That team is giving me a headache, whatever. So it's like you don't have to continue the scene. You can, if you, at some point, we can talk about that. But for this particular class, let's just focus on listening to when you cut people off and saying freeze with their name, and then taking the pose that they left you with and creating a new scene. Some things I want to let you know about is don't cut off a scene too soon, because you have these two extremes. You could either cut off, let the scene go way too long, and your partners are dying out here. They're like, we don't have anything, and we don't know what we're talking about, and this isn't fun. No one's having fun, and you're like, I'm just waiting for you to do something weird. Don't do that. Just say freeze. Just end it. Your partners will love you. Let me tell you. But then there's also the problem of cutting off a scene too soon. So let your partners create a base reality. And what I mean by that is let them establish characters. Postal service and a worker and a teacher, and they're having a little back and forth. Let them at least get through a little bit of scene before you freeze them, just so we can have some fun and nobody feels too cut off, because that's frustrating too when you're like, I didn't even get like 5 words out of my mouth, and they cut the scene. So any questions, comments, concerns? No, I see a lot of shaking. Okay, who wants to
No,
play
we're
first?
good.
Nithya and Easy, let's go. All right. Remember, you are listening to each other. That's very important, but your back line is also listening to make sure. Listen to those marks, okay? I will give you the suggestion of let's start out with volleyball.
You realize that pump isn't working, Nithya. You gotta blow. You gotta blow. The pump's broken.
I was hoping it wasn't. I was hoping it was, working, but all right.
No, you're doing it all wrong. You're doing it all wrong. Come on, let me show you.
All right. Yeah, sure.
All right,
sure.
All right, you gotta put some real oomph into it. You know, some real.
Easy freeze. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got it. Oh, don't you love Pilates? You just love Pilates, don't you?
It's so fun. I've been doing this for 3 hours. Can I not?
What's your favorite move? This one?
The move where like we're on the ground and we stop.
Wait, when we stop? Oh, I see what you mean. We're stopping on the ground. Okay, ready? We're gonna do push-ups now. Here we go.
Wait. Oh gosh. Okay.
1, 2. Oh, you gotta freeze.
Freeze.
Stay frozen. I'm just kidding.
Okay, I think the hole is pretty deep. Do you see
Yeah.
China yet?
Oh no, but looks like there's a box right there or something. Is that? What is that? Oh,
Help me get it out.
wait. Oh, wait,
lift
is
it
it?
up.
Oh, okay. Let's open it. Let's open it. Ready? I'm gonna open
Go
it.
ahead. Yeah.
Oh, what is
Oh my
it?
God! Can you believe that?
What is it?
I don't know. Did it
Oh,
move?
oh my God! It moved. It's a
God.
skull. It's
Oh
a
God,
skull.
God.
It's a skull. Look at
It's
it.
a skull and it's
Yeah.
talking. It's
It's
moving
oh, what
its
does it
mouth.
say?
I'm outta here. I'm
Oh my
outta
God!
here.
Oh my
Please.
God!
Oh, please, that's
You said it.
scary. Said the
Bye.
same time. Okay, all right. Let me lift this up. All right. Ah,
Let me help. Let me
Okay.
help.
all right. No, I okay. We unloaded it. All right. Okay, we've got
Okay.
how many watermelons? Let's see here.
I don't know. We already did 15.
All right.
One,
Well,
two,
okay.
3.
We have
I
20
think there's
people
more.
coming over, so I think we need to cut all the rest of the watermelons.
Okay. Well, should we have
I mean,
one
this
per
is-
person? That's what I hear is normal. One whole watermelon per person.
Well, yeah, that's why I was thinking we need a few more. I mean, everyone loves
Okay.
watermelon these days.
We
It's the
love
summer,
watermelons.
Freeze.
It's,
Dakota. Okay. Take the burlap sack and 1, 2, 3.
he won't be missed. Let me tell you. I mean,
Oh.
Gosh, yeah.
we're all
I am
happy
just.
that-
Uh,
Man, who was the
It's
source of
just-
all the drama in our group?
He
My
made
heart just-
Stephanie
it
broke
just
up
feels
with
so
their
much
girlfriend
lighter.
because of this dude.
I feel
so
like
much lighter.
I feel. Yeah, man, this is, I haven't experienced this sort of freedom since, what was it, 20 years ago before you two got married?
I know, right?
Hey, scene! Great job, everybody.
wow. Brutal.
Yay! So, what did you see? What did you feel? What did you think?
Teamwork. Yay.
I wish we cut some scenes off a bit sooner. I mean, I was kind of excited to see where things go, but it's fun to have different scenes. It's really cool to just like see the transitions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I saw some great accepting of base reality. So congratulations, because a lot of times that is the hardest thing to get. Where people are like, no, we're not doing that. We're doing this other thing. So really, really good on accepting each other's offers. And I thought it was a really good example of when to cut off a scene. Was the Dusty and Nithya scene when I was like, call freeze. A lot of times during freeze.
Yeah.
See Nithya suffer. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is having too much fun.
Yeah, exactly. You can definitely play with your teammates. And I know you all know each other, so I'm like, I know what's happening. Because I did it to Nikki at the show when they thought I was going to cut them off for musical theater, and I said, I'm not freezing. You're not freezing. It's not going to happen.
I knew you were gonna.
I know you too well.
My gosh.
So you can definitely play with your partners. I've seen somebody plank on stage for 2 minutes. It was awful, but it was clear. It was clear that their partners were like messing with them. So
Well, actually, when could we have cut off that scene with, like, actually that's a good example of the scene with the jumping jacks and the squats. Like, it was like a somewhat repetitive scene, and we didn't take long to get the idea of what was going on. Like, should we cut that off sooner? Like, is that like after they move to the second or third exercise, like, all right, freeze.
Yeah, if you're ever in like a really active scene, I would say, I think Nithya said it, like, how much more are we gonna do? Like, give some insight to your teammates. Like, I'm done. Like, I can't do this, and I physically can't do this anymore, because we don't want to hurt our teammates. Like, we want them to do the best they can. So if you're ever in that position where you're just like, we need you to run in 3 minutes, like, oh, come on, like, I'm not gonna run here for 3 minutes. And so just whatever. But yeah, just, I think, find maybe the high note of the comedy. If Dusty, I can't remember what Dusty said, but if there was ever allusion to just 20 more, like, then you could be like, freeze. And that way it's showing that there's going to be an escalation. So yeah, physical feats on stage are always prime for freezing faster than another scene. But so I thought it was a great example of that, of when to make sure to freeze, to look out for your partners. Okay. But it's not as, okay, I'll put it to you. I have two games I was thinking about playing today. Story Conductor and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, because it was played the other day and it's always very fun. We can play both, or we can play one. How are we all feeling?
Woo, both.
Uninformed.
Both. Okay, let's go. So let's no, you stop running for 3 minutes. Let's move forward to the middle of the stage. So we'll follow up on this listening portion, and we'll play a game called Story Conductor. Now, first of all, I just want you to kind of run around a little bit and change in different places. Just all over the place. Woo! Stand next to somebody that you don't know, or whatever. You know each other, so I can't say that. Okay, stop. Great. Okay, stop. Freeze, Nithya.
Bye.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So Story Conductor is a really good example of listening, and what it does is you will all be telling the same story, but at different times. And so when you think about it, think about how maybe a story around a fire at a campsite would happen, where one person is telling a story, and then they're just like, I don't know what to do with it, and then you're like, and then you just kind of pick up. Now, what we want to do is listen to each other and make sure things connect, right? Like, pretend when you're in your head and you're listening to your teammates talk, make sure you're thinking about everything that they said before. Some of the pitfalls we find in this is people will be like, there were 2 bunny rabbits jumping around the forest, and then a person comes in, and then they went to the moon, and then it's like, and then they went to a carnival, it was like all over, but it was like just about the bunnies in the meadow. That was the title of the story, and I guess that's fine, and you could totally do it, but justify it. So just like we were justifying actions, during this game, let's justify words. So if you do want to send the bunnies to the moon, let's make sure that there's some reasoning behind there. Just like if you were to be reading a children's book or a regular book, that it makes sense. And that's all we're looking for, is to make sense out of the words that were just said and to move the story along. And that might be where it gets a little bit rough, and that's fine, because this is a pretty advanced game. So no worries if you're like, oh, I don't know, I get nervous when I play this, so I'm just being transparent. So practice makes progress. So what I'll do is I'll figure out the title of a fake book, and what I'll do is I will go to one person and point, and I'll go down here so I'm not so like
Oh.
overshadowing. I'll be like this. I'll be pointing, and you'll just be looking at me until I go away, and then I'll go to somebody else, and they will pick up exactly where Layuma left off until I go to another person, and then you pick up. So with latency, it can be a little messy. So don't worry about it. You will probably step over somebody's words. I'm not worried about that right now. I'm just worried about you practicing and listening to what your lovely teammates have to say. So let me look in my room to see if maybe I can conjure up a title of a story. Okay, so I don't know. My basement has decorations, like maritime decorations. It was before the previous owner put it in, so I'm going to use that as inspiration. Let's say the portal. Oh, the portal to my soul. That's the name. That's the name of the story. The portal to my soul. Okay. We will start with Ithia.
My soul is a curious place. It's full of oddities and extremities, of emotions and of pain, of life and yet suffering. It has many knickknacks. It has many sailors on the high sea, and many drummers in the darkest pits of rock and metal. And so, by exploring this place, you understand not only myself, but of the world around you, the world that I surround myself.
I surround myself in this world, but really, it's just a heart, like anybody else's. And today, I was going to venture on and figure out more about myself, so I decided to sit in a park all by myself and meditate. And while I was meditating, I also discovered that I have never been in love, and so I am
Finally here to ask myself the question, who am I? What am I? And where will I go next on this incredible journey that is life? Life?
Life is strange, and new opportunities come at the most bizarre times. Like, who is that man sitting across from me? He wasn't there a moment ago. I didn't see him walk over, and I think he's looking at me. I don't know. Should I be brave and go over and introduce myself? Or should I sit here and just keep my eyeballs on him? I think I'm going to walk.
And I'm gonna walk over. He almost looks like one of those pirates in my soul that I keep within me. Is it possible that a supernatural portal has revealed the inners of everything inside me who make me what I am? I need to talk to them.
And so I walk over to this man, looking into his beautiful blue eyes, and I discover I remember this man. This man is from
The pub last weekend where we opened an interdimensional portal to a new planet called Zog. On this planet, there were tons of people just like me. People who really didn't know where their soul truly led. So, this man may be the answer to my eternal question. Who am I?
And for what reason can I peer into my own soul? And for what reason can others peer into their own soul? For what reason have they gathered on a planet called Zog? And why are they all pirates? There's a lot of questions, I know.
But there's one thing for certain. Deep down, I truly am a pirate.
I am at heart pirate of the seas, of the soul, the traveling between planets.
I play with the bangles on my arms that I got the last time I was in the portal to Zog. That's when I officially became a pirate. That's when I learned the rules, and I thought that was behind me now. But this angst within me has, I think, reopened the portal, and I'm scared.
Wow. Just wow.
Yay! So good! Oh, you all are
Oh
such
my
great
God.
listeners. That was amazing. I loved it. Justification, building, escalation,
Throwbacks.
bringing in characters. Yes! That
We
was
need
so
to
good.
write this out and put
Okay.
it through AI to write a book based on
It's-
just that.
Honestly, it sounded like AI. It sounded
It
like
did.
That's what AI does, I think. It just picks up things.
AI
These are
is
portals and
just a bunch
pirates,
of-
so I'm going with this.
AI is just a bunch of improvisers, like on the other side of the computer. Stream of consciousness, like. Okay. One last game. Oh my gosh, we're doing it. We're doing it. We're gonna do the
gonna go
good, the
get
bad,
set
and
up.
the ugly.
Yes, we'll see you.
Bye.
Dragon.
Bye.
The good, bad, and the
Not yet.
ugly.
Yeah.
So we have 4 people. Maybe we'll do the good, the bad, the awful, and the ugly.
Oh gosh.
Let's
Okay,
do
yes.
that.
So there's 4 of us, I see.
Oh, yeah.
let's try it. Okay, so this is basically just I will ask a question, and the good person will answer very good, like angelic good. The next person will be bad. It's like, no, it's just bad advice. It's the advice you get from your friend that like doesn't know what they're talking about. The awful will be, let's see.
What is it?
The
The chaotic neutral idea? Or chaotic?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We'll do chaotic neutral, where it's just like, no, like, do you even hear my question? And then the ugly will just be like malicious, awful, terrible, without getting too too violent,
Good.
or mean. So let's scramble up a little bit. 1, 2, 3. Now, y'all may not be able to play all the good. We'll try to get maybe 2 games in. So Layuma, let's see. Let's come downstage a little bit. Layuma, you'll be good. You'll be bad. Dakota's awful. Nithya is
The worst.
the ugly.
Ugliest.
The worst. Ugliest. Ugly.
What was awful?
So-
The chaotic one.
Yeah.
Yeah, awful is just like,
Okay.
no, like, what? You didn't even hear me. You know, like, you're not even paying attention. The awful is a new one. So this is just we just created because there's 4 of you, and I want you all
Yes.
to play. So it's an ever-changing evolution of definition of
Throwing
the
a wrench
awful.
in the scene. I don't know.
Yes.
So, and this definitely is listening skills, because you want to listen to the person before you. Don't pre-plan what you're saying, because the person next to you might say something similar, and you're like, oh, okay. So just listen and think about how you can escalate from there. So, y'all, I have a question. I really want to get out of this birthday party that I was invited to. I don't know the person very well, and I just don't want to meet new people, but I feel like I have to go, but I'm not really sure. What should I do?
What order do we talk in? Like an order? Or...
Good. Oh yeah, we'll do the
Okay.
good, the bad,
Okay.
the awful,
Okay.
the ugly.
just be honest, be yourself, and you can explain that you don't know your friend very well. I'm sure they'll understand. You know, it's just being honest and truthful is the best way to do that.
I think you should just go dressed up as a clown, and no one will know it's you, but at least you were respectful enough to go. So you could just hide your identity and scare everybody.
A birthday party? Yeah, I would get them, something that you would want, because you should treat others like yourself. So if you want, like, a new Cuisinart, you should buy them a Cuisinart.
Ah,
I don't care if they're 5.
Okay.
Just go to their house. Okay, walk in. They're having the birthday celebration. Everyone's happy. They pull out the cake. Walk up, just slam your face in that cake, and walk out.
Okay, sure. Okay. Okay. I have one more question, and I think my neighbors always have really loud music on, and I just need them to stop. What should I do?
Well, you know, they sell these products at the store called noise canceling headphones. You put them on, and you just shout at the top of your lungs, la 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 la, and you keep the headphones on. You have them full noise canceling. You won't hear a thing.
Okay.
So get some gasoline and a lighter, and just go ahead and go around the house, spread the gasoline, light it up, bada bing, bada boom.
I think burning down your own house not to hear the music is extreme. What you should do is take a chainsaw and take out the electric poles, and that way it takes out the music.
Okay.
Okay, so have you ever heard of death metal? So just hire a band to play in your house and just do that 24/7. They'll see what happens when music is too loud.
Okay, thank you, sages.
You're welcome.
And we're out of time. We couldn't get through everybody, but you got the idea.
Yay.
So thank you for sticking it out through the technical difficulties and the
Yes,
weirdness.
yes.
And we will be back next week. Different time. And check out Comedic Movement. I'll be doing Comedic Movement this week, which is
Yes.
bringing it back.
Bring it back.
So check
Yeehaw.
the schedule for that. Let's take a quick picture
Oh yeah.
of maybe looking freaked out because of our technical
freaked out.
issues.
Look freaked out. React to
maybe
the
he's
update. Ready? In 5,
Yes, new
4,
reactions.
3, 2, 1. Oh yes, the new portal. Good job. Ah yes. Alright, well up next is Easy Dragons class, so we'll see you. Yes.
Bye,
So is it
friends.
a
I want to go to
class?
Easy's. I can't.
It's a class.
Is there
Oh,
I have something else going on.
Is it in hip-hop?
It's an instance in the hip hop warehouse, I think.
scheduled that the day it was announced. I'm so mad.
Alright, thank you all for watching the improv class. I am going to end the stream now, but if you want to help support us, the best way to do so is to go to the Ko-Fi page. Ko-Fi made a tweet, they said Ko-Fi rhymes with low fee. So lowfeekofi.com/VRDance. That's where you can help support the VR Dance Academy and our teachers. So check it out, and if you want to become a student, check out the Ko-Fi as well. Become a student there, or go to the website vrdance.org for more information. But thank you for tuning in today. We have a VR filmmaking class now with 2 Easy Dragons, so I will see you later. Thanks for tuning in. Bye for now.